Hey friends, so I'm back with another book. This month I read Ancient Egyptians. I think it took me I gave myself 10 days, I want to say, to read this. This is such a nice book. I love this company. They make the most beautiful books if you don't know about them. But anyhow, so this book goes over every thing you thought you wanted to know, things you didn't want to know, whatever about ancient Egypt. I really loved the book. I thought it had so much information. I think the way I read it was incorrect because it's definitely not a book unless you're super, super, super into history that you want to read from, I think you say cover to cover. Um, it was a lot reading like that. It was very overwhelming. But I do know that if taken in bits and pieces or just using it as a reference book to search whatever it is that you're specifically wanting to know about would work out so awesome. The pictures are beautiful. The reading is really simple. It's small and then it's columns, I believe. So that part kind of that part kind of sucks where it looks like, oh, I'm not really reading a lot, but since it's so small and then there are the columns and different things like that, then it feels like you are reading a lot kind of thing. But look at this. These things are just so gorgeous, and this is definitely a book to love for years to come and come back to. It talked about all the ancient Egyptian, just everything, from the beginning of what they know to whatever they knew at the time of this book. It talks about gods and goddesses, and you will notice if you're learning about ancient Egypt, you cannot learn about it without learning about the gods and goddesses because it's just so interwoven. Because I read several Egyptian, well, I've been reading them for the last couple of months, and then also just I read, I want to say I'm on my fourth one for the month. So it's just all woven together, and it's such a beautiful and beautiful, and at the same time, I don't even know the word, but let's just say crazy culture, the things that they did. And just knowing that they just had this society, and we think of ancient societies as just cavemen or that type of thing, but no, they were so smart. They had all these systems and all these things, just the same things that we have today. Everything we have today they had. It's just that, of course, with modern technology, we've made it easier to access and better. And as time goes on, years from now when we're no longer living, it'll be even better for those generations and things like that to come. So that's pretty interesting. I did not realize that they had so many of the the homes how we have. They had the showers, and of course they don't have the running water, but they had bathrooms with showers and all this stuff. And I just find that so interesting. I've always thought about it, especially we hear of which is, I don't know. Anyways, the kingdoms and all this stuff as far as Europe and stuff. And so you think about it, but then I don't know, for some reason I didn't put two and two together as far as with ancient Europe. I mean ancient Egypt, sorry. But I'm wow, that is so cool, so fascinating. And just everything that they had going on, their thought process, and it's also just crazy realizing how much war and backstabbing and all that stuff was going on. And it's just if you're about to be king, you better watch your back. And the kings had so many wives and stuff, and they did have a system of who's next in line, but Lord, they was killing people and stuff. And especially during the Ptolemy, I think it's Ptolemy or Ptolemaic time. Whoa, it got really, really, really crazy, Cleopatra and stuff. So that was just really interesting. I've heard bits and pieces of this and that, but just seeing it all flow together and come together was really for me, it was really interesting. So, with that, I would highly recommend this book. If you're wanting to learn about ancient Egypt, if you're studying it, if you just want a one-stop shop, like literally, that was probably like such a one-stop book that I could have been done with reading any other books. But since I've bought other books, I'm gonna, of course, read them because that's the point. But into the next one. Have a good one.